the fruits of honest toil.
There's a lot to be thankful for, but the story behind America's Thanksgiving holiday has some experts crying foul. Put simply, Thanksgiving was first declared a holiday by President George Washington in 1789. It's often remembered as a friendly harvest feast shared between English colonists or pilgrims and the native Wampanoag people. But Native experts like Chris Newell, a Passamaquoddy and director of Agamount Educational Initiative, say that story falls short.
If you are in love with the Pilgrim narrative as the true history of what happened, then it becomes an erasure story.
Quick history lesson.
The relationship between the Wampanoag and the Pilgrims was complicated.
Melissa Costa is Wampanoag and a manager at the Plymouth Patuxent Museum in Massachusetts.
What actually happened was a harvest fest in 1621 that the English were having, or the Pilgrims were having, and Massasoit shows up with 90 of his men.
Massasoit was the leader of the Wampanoag Confederacy.
Was it an invitation? Probably not. But he does show up and stay for 3 days.
That meeting later commemorated in President Lincoln's Thanksgiving proclamation following the Battle of Gettysburg.
One of the things that he fell in love with was the idea of a founding myth that would kind of bring all Americans together. A woman named Sarah Josepha Hale began popularizing the Pilgrim narrative myth through her magazine Godey's Ladies Book.
Newell says Hale also wrote letters to lawmakers urging for a national Thanksgiving holiday that's centered on Native people welcoming settler colonials. Native scholars point to a darker retelling.
Squancho was a Wampanoag Patuxet man who was captured as a slave and makes his way back here, but he's used as a tour guide and translator.
Historians estimate as many as 5 million Native people and leaders were captured and enslaved from the time of European arrival until 1900, with waves of epidemics reducing the Native population by an estimated 95% in the first years after European arrival.
This is an art form that is starting to come back to the Wampanoag people, and its significance is huge.
According to Costa, settlers also enacted laws which prohibited the Wampanoag from speaking their language and practicing their religion. So today, she works to reclaim Thanksgiving for the Wampanoag, known as the people of the first light.
We celebrate a day of mourning where you'll see some of the Native staff actually with black on their face to represent the day of mourning.
Those that want to understand the true history, I would encourage them. I encourage everybody to enjoy the holiday, but I also encourage people to go beyond the popular narrative that they've been taught.
And that's Thanksgiving Simply Explained.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
All right, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash, that belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to those for electors out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening to this truth with all sincerity. I already made a blessed election be upon your houses. All right, as you've seen in that clip I played, all right, went into a little bit, about the, the origins, the true origins of Thanksgiving, all right, and the, wickedness behind it, honestly, because as we see, in Babylon, these people, celebrate Thanksgiving, right? Really like to call it ThanksKilling because that's really what was going down, but they celebrated that. These people celebrated, they living it up, they having a blast, not knowing what they truly partaking in, not knowing what they truly celebrating, man, And as you've seen in the clip, they said, as, these normal Babylonians celebrate that day, the way that these, Babylonians celebrate it, the true Native Americans, the Gadites and the Reubenites, all right, they look at that day as a day of mourning, man, because, hey, a lot of slaughter, all right, happened, man. A lot of the children of Yasharallah, all right, got put to death by the hands of these devils, man, all right. Even in the video, it says you saw a 95% decrease, all right, in the people, all right, from the time that these devils, touched this land, man, all right. Passing draconian measures telling them, hey, you can't speak your language, But nevertheless, hey, that go to show you, these are the true origins of Thanksgiving, man. These devils, You know, when you go into the atrocity and the wickedness of E, you know, and see the things that they did to the Gadites and the Reubenites, man. All right, you really see how highly wicked that nation is, man. All right, they make treaties upon treaties and broke every treaty. All right, you know, passing out what was it called, man? It was these blankets, man, passing out blankets with certain diseases on them, you know, hunting them down, you know, killing off their, you know, the livestock that is, you know, one of their main sources of survival, you know. And then they make a day, you know, a holiday where they celebrate that, man. All right, and that's highly demonic, man. Right, Thanksgiving is really through, man. All right, you know, you should not be partaking in that. You should not be, you know, celebrating that, you know, in that same spirit as these people, man. You know, and of course, you know, you got, you know, people that live with their family and whatnot. You know, your fam gonna, you know, do what they do if they in the world. You know, but, you know, again, you know, not being in that spirit of, you know, Thanksgiving, man. You know, that Thanksgiving spirit through, man. All right. Nevertheless, you know, it just goes to show you, man, a lot of people don't truly understand or know what they truly worshiping, man. You know, what they celebrating, man. That's why it's good to do that research. That's why it's good to go into history and really see the origins, you know, of what's going on, man. You know, and I believe, if not the same day or the next day, you know, they got another holiday. It's like Native American, it's like Native American heritage or some type of day. I forgot what they call it, but it's like some type of Native American day, right? But hey, you know, the average Babylonian is celebrating the slaughter of people without even realizing, man. And that goes to show you why this place got to go, man. Why we need salvation. Why we need a proper rulership, man. You know, why this place, you know, has to get put back into its righteous course, man. All right. Where it's widely accepted and widely popularized to, you know, rejoice and celebrate a slaughter of a people, man. All right. And that's these devils for you, man. they'll do the most demonic thing, you know, try to change it up, hide the history, dress it up to look all nice and pleasing unto the eyes of the masses, and push it out to be a national holiday, man. All right. And that's the devil that we dealing with, man. Where they celebrate, you know, their atrocities. In other words, man. All right. But nevertheless, I had some precepts too. Wanted to grab, and also, it was a matter of fact. Let me see if I can find this again real quick. It was like oh, here it is. All right. This is from the Business Insider, right? It was like the true story behind Thanksgiving is a bloody one. And some people say it's time to cancel the holiday, right? This is from 2022. This was posted, right? Oh, I could read some of this. It's going to try to charge me, you know. But when you go into the history of Thanksgiving, let me see if I can find another one. One that's going to let me read a little bit on it. Yeah, it is perfect, right? So it says the dark truth behind the origins of Thanksgiving. The real story isn't what you learn in school, right? The same, man, and these Babylonian school systems, man, they'll teach you or indoctrinate you into what they want you to believe, what they want you to know, right? Same thing when you go into the history of the so-called black man, right, in this place, man, right? When you have history class, you know, middle school, high school, whatever the case may be, right? When you go into the history of Jake, it always starts where? It's transatlantic slave trade, man. You know, even when I was in school, I used to always think like, damn, why they always start here, man? Why they don't, you know, what happened before that? But no one seems to bat an eye, man. They always start transatlantic slave trade. Jake came here. Then they talk about the Native Americans. And then, Babylon was established, you know. It's like, hey, these devils want you to know what they want you to know, man. You know, basically try to rewrite history, man, hide history, you know, portray a different, you know, narrative, you know, to kind of try to hide that wickedness. But they've been exposed, man. All right. But let's read a little bit on this. It says, most Americans are taught the same story about Thanksgiving. That pilgrims sat together with Native Americans to share a meal and thank them for helping with a successful first harvest. All right. Bonus points if the story you learn also includes an appearance from Squanto or a lesson in fertilizing crops with fish. but most popular retellings of the first Thanksgiving have been proven to be riddled with mistruths. While you may know that on some level that's what's not often discussed is the truth about the holiday's history and the effects it has on many Native Americans. So consider this just that, an updated history lesson. Learn why people choose not to celebrate Thanksgiving and how you can support Native people beyond the holiday season beyond. All right, so this was titled what it says. Okay, so what's the real story behind Thanksgiving? All right, and I want to really just get to the point, man. Let's see. Right, we can just start right here. Right, the newly settled Europeans also did not invite the Native Americans to their feast. Ousaquin, leader of the Wampanoag, like I just played in that clip earlier, right, had declared an alliance with the settlers, and members of the tribe were showing up to honor a mutual defense pact. They heard the pilgrims shooting their guns in celebration and thought they were in combat. After some talk, they decided to spend 3 days together and enjoying the feast, but this type of coming together did not become a warm, fuzzy tradition as you may have been taught in school. From then on, pilgrims celebrate Thanksgiving in their traditional way of fasting and praying. According to the New Yorkers, several times this happened because of the massacres of Native people, including 1637, when Massachusetts colony governor John Winthrop declared a day of Thanksgiving after volunteers murdered 700 Pequot people. This incident is often cited as the first official mention of Thanksgiving ceremony and is another commonly cited origin for the Thanksgiving we know today, right? So boom, right? Hey, they celebrated, the deaths, the murders, the slaughter of our people, man. All right, and hey, that just go to show you, man, these devils is highly demonic, man. Right? You got Jake pulling up, to the meeting, being peaceable and shit. And these devils, hey, where they go for? They go to slaughter, man. Hey, that's why the scriptures tells us. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it out too. Right? Never trust thine enemy, man. Right? Because you can't trust these devils, man. Right? This is Sirach, Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. We can't trust these devils, man. All right? When we look at all the treaties, matter of fact, let's search it up, right? Treaties. Right? Real quick, let's see how many trees they had roughly, right? According to historical accounts, the pilgrims shared a feast with the Native Americans, specifically the Wampanoag. So now I'm looking for the entire number. How did pilgrims treat? Nope. How did the pilgrims? No. Oh, Salakia, man. Jake spelled it wrong. I think I still spelled it wrong, but we find it. Because it's a lot, man. What's this? What the pilgrims have? One no treaty with the Americans, peace treaty, which is often referred. Treaties were made with the Native American tribes. Boom, here we go. So, the treaties featured in nation-to-nation treaties between the United States and American Indian nations on loan from the National Archives and Records Administration are representative of approximately 374 that were ratified between the United States and Native Americans. So in total, so roughly about, right, like it says right here, 374, right, treaties, man. Shit, there's probably more, all right, But, hey, a lot of them treaties, if not all of them treaties that was made, all right, was broken, man, right? Showing you why you can't trust these devils, right? Showing you why, you can't, befriend these devils, man, okay? Because that's what they do. Like it goes back, Sirach or Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, man. All right. So we see what they did, right? They slaughtered the people, right? They celebrated the slaughter calling it Thanksgiving, right? They hid the history, rewrote the history. In other words, man, lied about it, and portrayed a whole different narrative. When you go into these school systems of indoctrination where they basically brainwash you to believe in what they want you to believe, man. And now you have the whole masses believing all that, man. All right, the true origins of Thanksgiving, man. And a lot of these holidays, man, all right, really have through origins, man. Through origins or demonic origins or really pagan backgrounds, man. All right. That's why, you got to know what you worshiping, man. All right. We live in a world where people nowadays, they just going with the flow, man. They not really trying to truly understand or know what they're partaking in or what they're celebrating or what they're worshiping, man. All right. That's the problem with today's day and age, man. Right. People don't like to do the research, man. Right. They just want to just, you know, continue on quote unquote traditions, right? But not knowing what they truly partaking in is through. All right. This is Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, verse 2, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them," right? We shouldn't even be following after the ways of these heathen, man, right? These heathen are the one that's partaking in all this ThanksKilling, man. They're the ones that, started out off after slaughtering and doing all types of wicked things unto the children of Yasharallah, man, right? Unto the Gadites and the Reubenites, man. All right. So we shouldn't even be partaking in that to begin with, man. And then too, we around the end of the year, so that's when you see all these holidays popping off, man. You got your Halloweens, your Thanksgivings, your Christmases, and so forth, man. Your New Year's, all these demonic through things, really. Holidays that's gonna be highly pushed and promoted towards the end of the year, man. Hey, this is highly is highly active, I could say, towards the end of the year, on that left hand side, man. All right. And spirit also, because this scripture goes into, those Christmas trees, man. And I read it too. Right, verse 3, "For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not," right? And what does that sound like to you, man? What do people do with their Christmas tree? They cut it down, right? They put up all the bells, whistle stars on the top, deck it out, make it look nice. They make sure it's really secure on the floor so it doesn't get off or fall over or tip over, whatever the case may be, man. All right, these are the ways of the heathen ultimately, man. Following after their customs, their quote unquote holidays or religions or their way of life, man. Following after their customs, man. All right, that's through. All right, that's through. Especially, celebrating that Thanksgiving and being in that same spirit. Being in that spirit, that Thanksgiving spirit, like these heathen do, man. This is John 4, verse 22, and it reads, "Ye worship, not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews," right? So also, like I was saying earlier, right, these people don't know what they worshiping, man. They don't know what they're celebrating. They don't know what they're partaking in, man. That's why you gotta do the research, man. That's why you gotta look into what you're partaking in, man. All right, you can't be, blindly just celebrating something, partaking in something, whole time is through, man. Right? But we know, right? We know the true origins of, these various Babylonian holidays, man. All right, the true origins of them, man. All right, through spirit, probably out by Shem Al Shah, man. These devils get exposed. All right, but nevertheless, man. All right, do just a little bit history, on the origins of Thanksgiving. It just passed like a day or two ago. But nevertheless, Lord, when this was edifying unto the elect of Israel. With that being said, I'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakwadash, that belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to those elect that's out there pushing, laboring, believing, let's go into his truth with our sincerity. Until next time, shalom, and above all, Kwame Sharala, shalom.